Hey guys, it's Krista, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today, instead of a book review, we're going to be doing a book haul. So, these are all the books that I bought, and I just wanted to show them to you and give you an explanation behind why I bought them, okay? So, the first one I want to talk about is going to be from one of my top 5 favorite authors. You guys already know her if you watch my other videos. And Danielle Vega. Okay, so this is The Merciless Book 4, Last Rites. It's supposed to be the last book in the series. I'll know exactly if it's going to be the last book in the series when I read the last page. And you know how you can kind of tell if it's like a cliffhanger or not. So I'm very excited. Honestly, this is at the top of my TBR. It has been since I finished book 3 of the Merciless series. There's also another video on my channel for the Merciless book 3. It's a review if you want to watch it. And I'm going to put the link in down below. And this is actually, I'm very excited to read this. I heard it's talking about Sophia and some new girl, and I really want to see how it goes because Sophia doesn't do that good with new girls, and apparently she's out of the mental hospital, which is where she ended up at the end of book 2. And I'm excited to find out what's happened to her since then because honestly I love Sophia. I love her. And I love how realistic she is and how she makes a lot of choices that perhaps like I would too. That sounds bad to relate to her. Is that bad? But I don't want to go on about her or about Danielle Vega because you guys already know about how much I love her. And so obviously that's why I bought this book, because I love her. And it's hardcover because I buy all of the books that I really love in hardcover. Because like it's so beautiful. Honestly, I love this cover. My favorite cover is probably gonna be book 3, and just because like it's so colorful, it's so pretty, it's so sparkly, and it shimmers, it's so perfect. And this is honestly second because the first and the second one are like kind of boring covers, so I really enjoyed these last two. And that's enough on that one. Okay, this one is Hot Blooded. It's the book. It's book 2 in the Wolf Chronicles by Nancy Holder and the Debbie lady that I still can't pronounce her last name of. And I actually have a YouTube video of that one too. The link will be down below as well. And I've been waiting to read this book, and it's finally came. I had to order it off of a website called Better World Books. I like to go there because they have a lot of cheap books. And no, this is not a paid sponsorship. I just love them and I want the world to know about them, because where else are you going to get books for $3.78? I don't know. But obviously Better World Books, okay? But it did kind of take forever to come because I'm so like spoiled. I'm used to Amazon Prime's 2-day shipping. So like it took us so long to get here. Honestly, it took like 2 weeks. But like that was an eternity. So I read the Merciless book 3 in that time period. So I was waiting to get back into this series because as cliche and like sucky as the ending was, I really want to continue the series and I want to find out what happens, and I want to know more about the Hellhound. I'm going to tell you a little secret. I was reading the reviews because that's all I do before I read a book. And I found out who the Hellhounds are. Hellhounds. And I hate myself for reading and for pressing that view spoiler button. I hate myself. Oh my gosh, but it had to be done. And I could die. And at least I'll know the truth. But even though I already know how it's going to end up, I still like to read through. Because I just don't like surprises, to be honest. I hate being surprised. So that's why I'll always go read the plot summary. And I will find out what happens in that book. I don't know. It's just a me thing. But honestly, this is number 2 on the TBR list. right after The Last Rites by Daniel Vega, because that's obviously number one. But that's enough about this one. And book 3, because it was also $3.78 on Better World Books, and how could I resist? So buy your books from there, to be honest. They're good. So I'll read this one after I read book 2, or depending on how good book 2 is, if it keeps my interest like book 1 did. And you'll see reviews on them if they are good, and if they are not, I'll tell you, okay? That's it for that one. So there's not many times I do this, okay, because I am not an impulsive person, but I read the first 2 chapters of Legend online, okay? I read the first 2 chapters on Amazon, and I was hooked. I read the little summary, the book summary, and I was hooked. I read the reviews, and I was hooked. I was like, I know it's gonna be perfect, and I love the hardcover, as I just explained, and I really liked the first 2 the first 2 chapters of Legend so much. I decided just to go for it and buy the whole hardcover box set, because why not? You know. But it was actually a better deal in the long run if you buy it like this. And I already know me, I will finish the series no matter what, unless like, I don't know, the world ends or something. But I know that I'm going to enjoy this series, and so I just bought it because why not? And if you look closely, it includes an extra. It's called Life Before Legend, and it's only included in the box set. I don't know if you can see that. Life Before Legend. And so that's also another bonus to getting the box set. I'm not pushing you towards it, but it was something I did. And so this is honestly something I'm also excited to read after I finish like the Wolf Chronicles and the last book of the Merciless series, because I want to like finish those series so I don't have like 10 unfinished series lying around my house, okay? So I will definitely get to this one. This one was an impulse buy, to be honest. So I had took my grandma to Walmart because she wanted to get a dog bed, and anytime I go to Walmart, I kid you not, I cannot help but to go by the little book section. And in my Walmart, it's different in every Walmart, but in mine, it's right by the electronics. So like, I went like over there, and every time you just pass by, I always have to look, and I gotta see what's new out there. And I saw this book. It's Scythe. I don't know how to say it, as I don't know how to say many other things, but it's by Neil Schusterman. And honestly, I liked it because of the cover, because, you know, what's not to like? And so it actually sounds really interesting. Like on the back, it actually says that like there's no death in the world, so there's specialized teams that go out and kill people, because I mean, there has to be death in the world, I suppose, you know. So, but there could only be one like apprentice, so they have to like fight each other to be the apprentice. So I mean, it sounded very interesting to me, and it was only like $8, and I thought, why not? Another book I was really excited for is The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza. Okay, so this is another book that might have been an impulse buy, okay? Because I went on Amazon and I read, I'm not even gonna tell you, it wasn't even like the whole first chapter. It might have not even been the whole first paragraph. But the girl works at Starbucks, and she had an annoying customer, and I was like, take my money, girl. Here's my money. Give me your book. I want to read it. I know all about annoying customers. I won't tell you where I work because, like, I know you're not supposed to talk bad about your job. but the customers are the worst there, and I know where she was coming from. And so based off of that alone, I bought. And I know I read the like summary of what it's supposed to be about, and it's actually very interesting, and I want to know how it goes, you know. But that was my main reason, honestly, for buying the book. I've never read from this author before. It's Sean David Hutchinson. I've never read from them before, so I'm very apprehensive when it comes to finding new authors and people outside of my comfort zone, or genres outside of my comfort zone. If it's not fantasy, I don't want to read it. But like, obviously this is a fantasy book, but new authors, who are they? But I thought just try new things, you know? And it actually sounds very interesting, and I like the virgin birth healer aspect of it, because I really love God, and so that is another reason why I decided to buy it. And then these, I'm gonna show them all together, okay? Because it was another thing that happened. So Nancy Holder, author of the Wolf Springs Chronicles, my hair, these bad boys, okay? So she also wrote another book series, but this time by herself. It was called the Possession series, okay? And it's a trilogy. This is probably not their order. I'm just grabbing them. And I got them off Better World Books, and they were cheap. They were cheap, okay? And if you looked anywhere else, they were like $15 for a paperback. I would never spend $15 on a paperback. I would barely spend $15 on a hardcover, okay? I wanted to read the series. It sounds real interesting. You know I love boarding schools, okay? And girls with powers. So I decided to try out the Possession series and just buy them all at once, because as you can see, I'm an impulse buyer. If I just admit it. Just admit it. I'm an impulse buyer. But honestly, they sound really interesting. And like, I literally bought all 3 of these for the price of like one book. For the price of like cheaper than this. I literally bought all 3 of these books. So why not? I'm excited to read these. I don't exactly know when I'll be getting to them, but hopefully very soon, because I have a lot of things planned for later on, for April and July. Any of my NaNoWriMo people, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's camp time. So I'm really trying to finish my book this year, and I don't have a lot of time for other people's books, but I will definitely make time for all of the books that I've shown in this video throughout the year, okay? And I also just created a Goodreads account, because like, why am I just gonna like read them on private? So I just decided to make an account, and so I have a Goodreads account now. I guess that's official. And I'm not saying to friend me or anything. I'm not making you, but I'm doing the 2019 year in books thing, and so hopefully these are a part of it, okay? Because it would be a shame to buy them for nothing and have to take them to half price books. Here is a book. This is Indelible by Dawn Metcalf. And actually, this is a book I thought about reading for a very long time. So I follow someone on Instagram. I'm not going to say their name, partly because I can't remember it. It's like one of those meme pages. And one time the caption was like, I'm rereading this series. And it was the Indelible series. And so they were saying that it was like one of their favorite series from like back in the day. And so I was like, I like series from back in the day. So I decided to look it up. And when you find it on Better World Books for $3.78, why would you not buy it? So basically, I don't know too much about the like summary of it. I know that a girl sees a guy and a girl that are like fairies, I believe. I'm doing air quotes because I'm not sure if they're fairies for sure, and I don't want to like misrace them, but like I think they're fairies. And she's not supposed to be able to see them. So apparently as soon as like they know that she sees them, they try to like take her eye or something. So obviously just off of that, this book is going to be interesting, you know? And apparently she like falls in love with him or something. And that's what I want to see. So that is, oh, okay, actually there's one more book and I can't believe I forgot it, to be honest. Last but not least, Survive the Night, Daniel Vega. So I can't stress this enough. I really love Daniel Vega, and it's kind of like a newfound obsession ever since the Merciless Book 1. And I know she has like because I saw them, it was 2 books, but she published them under Danielle Rollins. And I heard that they're like more like middle grade readers or whatever, but I'm still interested because I still read the Warrior Cat series that I read when I was like 12, and I'm 18 now. So I mean, I could read some of like scary books meant for like preteens. I don't care, you know, as long as they're good, and I know they will be because it's from Daniel Vega. I swear she's like top 5. And maybe one day I'll do a video like explaining my top 5 authors and why I like them, okay? And I assure you she will be on that list. And this is actually another book that I was waiting to read for a long time because I always saw it on the back of the, well, I saw it first on the back of the Merciless Book 1, and as you can see, you know, but I saw it on the back and I was always interested. I always wanted to read it, but like I just didn't get around to it because I was reading other books at the time. But I finally bought it. It was like $5.98 or something on Amazon, and that was like a steal because I don't know, I care about prices because I'm like a middle-aged woman hiding in this teenager body for some reason. But apparently this girl just gets home from rehab and she goes with her friends and she goes to underground tunnels. And apparently if you live in San Antonio, it's like the 13th floor blackout, but like underground, you know, and people end up dead there, and that's what I'm going for. I want to see the people end up dead in this book. So I can't wait to read this book. I don't know exactly when I'm going to get to it, but I will get to it. And that is it for my book haul today. I hope you enjoyed, and that is it. So is this one. Okay, cut.